I'm usually a lot more hyped than this, but when I was told that this is going to be like a cafe place, I was just like, okay, I've got to tone this down a bit.
Don't.
Well, I mean, I've already prepared now, so I can't really change up what I'm going to do, but you know, my thing is just, I'm usually just like a writer. Other people see me as so many different things, but today I'm a writer, today I'm a poet. Usually I'm a lot more hyped, like I said, but things happen. But you know, I just use everything I can. Anything that I do. I'm usually in music, but like I say, today I'm a writer and I'm a poet. And whatever you have that you can do, always just use it for His glory alone. Always just do it to exalt Him. So I'm going to start by telling you a story. See, this is a story about a hero and a damsel, a villain and a scandal. So bend down and tie your sandals, because where we're going is holy ground. See, it goes like this. In the beginning, there was the hero, and the hero was the Father, and the hero was the Spirit, and the hero was the Son. And if this hurts your head already, then welcome to the kingdom. Immutable, inscrutable, infinitely glad-hearted, triune perfection. His ancient love reverberated off each member with no hint of dissension. Perfect in unity, perfect in diversity, Holy Trinity. And even before the rocks could cry out His name, He was singing His own praises. How could He not? You know anyone else who goes by the Rock of Ages? He needed nothing from no one, as if something made could improve upon His majesty. His majesty's amp was already at 100. And if this was the end of our story, then that would be enough for us to glory for 1,000 eternities at Him. But one day, the hero started speaking. And when he started speaking, things started being. Light, night, wind, water, mud, moon, seas and spiders, swimmers and flyers, gallopers and gliders, stars and seasons, rhyme and reasons, all of it. And all of it was good until suddenly all the commotion came to a standstill when the hero bent down and fashioned his damsel. God leaned over our body of earth. He breathed light into our lungs and made our heart beat from dirt. He put light into our eyes. He gave us Himself, and He gave us each other as a prize, and we were naked and were not ashamed. But, of course, the plot thickens. Enter stage right, the villain. See, the serpent was craftier than any beast in the garden. He made a beeline for the tree line and found Eve and her husband, and in less than 50 words, he convinced perfectly satisfied people that they were starving to death. And since that day, man has known nothing but starving to death. The poison of asps is heavy on her breath. We traded the glory of an incorruptible God for a silly substitute, like a dumb school kid. Giving up his Jordans for a worn-out pair of tennis shoes, we became dark-hearted. Then inwards, on a mission to find within ourselves the solution, like trying to number the stars while gazing through London's air pollution. We couldn't see, and we fell in love with lesser things. And we bought the Meech a diamond ring, and we betrayed our maker, our husband, our king. Let me clarify, because this doesn't just apply to the treacherous and the murderous. Even the best of us are as bad as the worst of us. Outwardly clean, but inside full of dead men's bones like the Taj Mahal. It looks good and all from the outside, but there's nobody home. And then, one terrible day, we looked around and there was no more villain to be found. In fact, he crawled out inside of us like a virus, rewired us. So now the damsel is the villain as well. We tied our own selves to the train tracks. The horn blows and beaming towards us is 10,000 tons of God's wrath. The sound is so loud you can barely hear the screaming chorus. Who will save us from this body of death? Enter stage left, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. He came lowly and perfectly holy. He came like a groom on his way to the altar to meet the bride. And for the dowry he had no cash, so he paid with his life. Are you not shocked by the consequence of your sin? Be more shocked at the mercy of him. Couldn't free ourselves, so he became our freedom. We couldn't fill these lungs, so he became our breathing. We live because he died. Once a harlot, now a bride. Sins were scarlet, now made white. Perfect by proxy, saved by a surrogate, holy through him. The hero and the damsel are one once again. But I haven't told you the best part yet. See, as if there wasn't enough already to amaze you, the best part of this story is that this story is true. The only fairy tale that's not a fairy tale. So long, Mother Goose. Farewell, Dr. Zeus. This right here is the genuine article. God made. We strayed. But God's love displayed. God-man gives grace. Stands in our place with our sins erased, the debt paid always. So fall on your face and give God all praise.